Greetings, Pokemon fans, and welcome back to Polywar's Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're kicking off our new series. We're playing through Pokemon Blue with all the normal flying-type Pokemon to figure out who the best normal flying-type Pokemon is in Generation 1. That leaves us with 4 Pokemon. That's Farfetch'd, Dodrio, Fearow, and Pidgeot. Those are the 4 Pokemon. We'll play through all of them over the next 4 weeks. But today, since you saw the thumbnail, you're going to know we're playing through with Dodrio, the Triple Bird Pokemon. This is actually the Pokemon I believe that will win. That's why it's going first in this series. That way it doesn't get the advantage of seeing all the other playthroughs. We'll leave that advantage to the ones I think are disadvantaged for various reasons. I think this Pokemon will win because it has balanced stats, has the best stat total of all the Pokemon as well, and it has the best move pool. But let's go and go over the stats. 60 HP, 110 in attack, 70 defense, 60 special, and our speed is 100. So very solid stats across the board. Worst stats, HP and special. If those are your worst stats at 60, your Pokemon's going to do pretty darn good. And then our level up moveset, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but he's off with Peck, Growl, and Fury Attack. So some normal coverage and some flying coverage, that'll be very useful. And then eventually we'll learn Drill Peck, the best flying move in the game. 80 base power, 120 with stab, it's 100% accurate. Rage will not be used, it's not like it is in other generations. In this generation, once you click Rage, you can't click anything else until the battle's over. So you have to win with Rage or die with Rage, it's one of the two. And in Tri-Attack, it's a move. It's normal, but it hits with Fire, Electric, and Ice kind of specialty to it. 80 base power, 100% accurate. And then Agility will be our... Stab is 120, sorry. And Agility would be our badge boosting move. We're already fast, but this will help us boost our stats. And in the TM moveset, it's not very broad for any of the flying Pokemon, but this probably has the broadest because it can learn a lot of other physical moves that other flying-type Pokemon can't learn. Or I should say normal moves that other flying-type Pokemon can't learn. Body Slam, 85 base power, 100% accurate. This is a move that will probably be used until we at least get Tri-Attack. So here's the thing, like Body Slam, I think only one other normal flying Pokemon can learn Body Slam, and I believe that's a Farfetch'd. Tri-Attack is another move that we can learn, and because we get Drill Peck, that's a huge advantage to this Pokemon, so I think only one other flying Pokemon gets Drill Peck, for example. Body Slam, like I already went over that, Takedown, Double Edge. We may use Double Edge, it's a more powerful move, it's 150 with stab, so it's definitely useful. Hyper Beam, not going to use Rage, not going to use Mimic, will help us mimic a move for like healing purposes, or maybe we mimic a move for like putting something to sleep. It could be a lot of things we can use that for, but it's definitely useful. Double Team, Reflect, Bide, Skull Bash, didn't use Sky Attack, not going to use. Sky Attack to me is not a great move, and I could wax poetically. When we do our recap video, I'll explain why Sky Attack is not very good. Rest will recover health. Tri-Attack, like I said, we get this via TM, so we'll get this long before we get it via level up. Substitute and Fly will not be used because we don't need to. We have Drill Peck. It's more powerful. It does damage in 1 turn rather than over 2 turns. So I could wax poetically about how bad Fly and Sky Attack are compared to Drill Peck, but I won't. And with all that being said, we're going to dive right into the playthrough. Our first battle is against our rival. His name is Ozzy. We gave Ozzy a Squirtle. Squirtle or Charmander would have been better. Either one of them would have been fine. We just can't pick Bulbasaur. And we named our Pokemon BB because it kind of looks like the Roadrunner. We get a pretty easy win over Ozzy. I'm going to move right on to the next part of the game, which is Bug Force, where we have a massive advantage in here. So we have Peck, which is a flying move, which is a stab move. So it's going to one-shot pretty much anything it comes across, except for this Caterpie, who has super high defense for some reason. We're going to knock it out, and we're just going to take the easiest battles as possible and get to a decent level so that our next battle, which is against our rival, will be pretty good, and we don't have to worry about resets or anything like that. So we knock out the Kakuna. And so we have one more Pokemon left, which is a Weedle. It's a one-shot, very good. And we're going to go ahead and go right into our second rival battle. Our second rival can usually be tricky, not because of the main Pokemon, but just because of Pidgey. Pidgey has Sand Attack, so it makes this battle a little bit more chance than it has to be. But as long as we don't get hit by anything other than Gust, we're fine. We just don't want to get Sand Attack. And now we're going to knock out Squirtle. Barely does any damage to us at all. We're only 1 level higher, and we just obliterated that thing. So we beat our rival and go right back into the Bug Forest and face the last Bug Trainer, which is this Bug Trainer right here. And it's going to go down to 1 Peck. Peck is going to knock it out. Very good. And we're going to move right on to Brock's Gym. In Brock's Gym, we're going to face a Million Light Years Trainer. This trainer really is just about getting experience. There's really nothing great about this trainer. It's not like it's a hard trainer for the most part. And we're going to go for Peck. I'll go for Fury Attack. Now, we do have a high critical hit rate with this Pokemon. In Generation 1, it goes off your speed. So our speed's very good. So we almost have a 20% chance to crit. So as we move into our battle against Brock, you're going to see that we're just going to go for Peck. We're not going to go for Growl. We're not going to lower anything. Just go for Broke. There's a critical hit. So critical hit does apply some pretty good damage rounds there. And we actually got to level 13 to get over a damage rounding threshold just to make sure we can get through this battle without taking too much damage back and dealing out enough damage to get the win. So we knock out the Geodude. Now, Onix has a very slow and methodical strategy we have to execute here. Every time he goes for Bide, we have to go for Growl. We don't want to attack into it. If you attack into it, whatever you deal damage to him. So let's say I did 10 damage on an attack and then another 10, and then it deals back Bide, it'll double that. So that would have been 40 output of damage. So we don't want to attack into it when it does Bide, so right there, we just keep going for Growl. One, it'll lower his attack stat, so when he does decide to go for an actual physical damaging move like Tackle, it won't do a lot of damage. Okay, now he could go for Screech and counter that as much as he wants. However, when he gets his attack stat so low, it's already pretty low. Onix is kind of a garbage Pokemon. Its attack stat is just hot freaking garbage. So again, every time he hits Bide, we're just going to hit Growl until the energy is released, and we'll go back to attacking him. Now what I'm hoping here, the reason why I went for a Fury attack, is I'm hoping to get a critical hit like that, so we can get a lot more damage put out. But again, just back and forth. It's a battle of attrition. Who's more disciplined than rock their strategy? If he just went for tackle, he might actually have a chance. But good news is Brock doesn't have actually any real rock moves, so we don't have to worry about that. We get the win over Brock. We level with level 14. It's kind of a monotonous battle. We started that battle like 6 minutes, and it took us almost 2 minutes to win. So move on to Mount Moon, where now we're going to face the Super Duper Nerd at the end of the tunnel, and he's going to bring out a Grimer. Knock out the Grimer. We're going to knock out the Voltorb. It's going to be a couple turns, but we're going to knock it out nonetheless. Very good. And we have one Pokemon left, which is Coffin. Coffin's going to come out, and we're going to go for 2 Pecks and knock it out. And now we're going to take one of the fossils. We're going to take the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you, you're going to ask, but actually, now I think we go ahead and ask. Comments are great for that YouTube algorithm. And move right into our third rival battle. So Pidgeot comes out. We're going to go for Fury attack. Fury's going to take a couple turns. Maybe one more. Maybe one more. And now our actions dropped twice. This is why I feared in the first battle. Or I'm sorry, the second battle for our rival is because I don't want our accuracy lowered. Now, Abra's not going to really give us any problems because all he has is teleport, but look how many times we missed. It took about 3 or 4 misses before we can knock out the Abra. We knock out the Squirtle, or I'm sorry, the Rattata pretty much in one go, and now Squirtle's going to knock us out. Yep, we're going to get knocked out by Bubble. How embarrassing is that we get knocked out by Bubble? So we're going to face this battle again. Pidgeot's going to come out again. We're going to go for Peck. We're just going to go for Peck to go for Broke a little bit. We've already got our accuracy lowered. That's awesome. Knock it out. We have a lot more health going into the Abra than we did last time. So all we got to do is maybe get through a couple misses and just get a hit. And we get a knockout on the Rattata. So now we got one Pokemon left. Squirtle. Looks like it's going to be a 2-shot. Very good. We get the win. A little bit of RNG because of that damn stupid sand attack. But it is what it is. And we move right on to Misty. She is the water gym leader. She's going to come out with a Staryu. We're going to go for Fury attack. Fury attack is going to be a 2-shot when it hits. Actually, that and combined with Peck would be a 2-shot. We're going to go for Fury attack on the Starmie. And we just got to knock it out. It can't do a lot of damage to us, so we knock it out. We get the win over Misty. Kind of an easy one, to be honest with you. I'm going to move right on to the SS Ann. In the SS Ann, we're going to go ahead and go in here, fight this trainer here. This trainer here is not really a contest. Fury attack's going to knock it out in 2 hits. Very good. And we're going to get this move right here, right next to him, called Body Slam. Body Slam is a great move to have at this point in the game. It's stab. It's going to go off our physical attack stat. All those things work well. And I'm going to move right on to our rival. Now, this rival battle is the same as all the other rival battles up to this point. We don't want to get sand attacked by the Pidgey or Pidgeotto at this point. So we're going to go for Broke and go for Body Slam. Body Slam's going to one-shot the Pidgeotto. And now we're going to move our move slot around. So Body Slam is our go-to move. Raticate's a one-shot. Kadabra's a one-shot. And the last Pokemon, War Turtle, is it a one-shot? One-shots across the board. We 4 up, 4 down. Good morning, good evening, good night. We sweep his team. We beat Ozzy. And we move right on to Lieutenant Surge. He's super tall, but his Pokemon are super frail. He comes out with a Voltorb. We're going to one-shot with a Body Slam. And then Pikachu's going to come out. We're going to one-shot with a Body Slam. I can't even get the sentence out for you. It knocks him out. And then Raichu's going down to 1 Body Slam. Very frail Pokemon. Very frail gym for a guy who served in the military. And move right on to the hiker. I call him Boomer because he has 3 Pokemon that go boom. And the strategy here usually is like to knock him out. But I think we actually have a better strategy here. We're going to go for Growl so that whenever it actually does explode, it doesn't actually hurt us that much. So see how little damage that did? So Growl is a great strategy to have here. I wish I knew this strategy, or executed this strategy, I should say, whenever I was playing through some of the fire Pokemon. I got caught up with this. But we're going to move on to this Dojo. Now, this Dojo really isn't necessary. It's really optional. But we are a flying-type Pokemon, so I'd be remiss if we didn't take advantage of this sweet, really crisp experience we can get at this point in the game. We pretty much go in here, we're in here level 30, and we can get a whole bunch of levels out of this really fast. So that's why I'm doing this. We're at level 32 at this point. And so we have a couple more battles with some pretty good Pokemon, pretty good experience yields. So I thought it'd be stupid not to do this, just to get a couple extra levels. So you gotta understand something about flying-type Pokemon in Generation 1. Is we already got through one of the tough challenges, which was Brock. But we're going to have a bigger challenge later, and that's Lorelei. Lorelei is Ice-type. So we got to get a couple levels higher than what we will with most types, because Lorelei is going to have ice moves, it's going to be super effective, and we're not going to have a lot of ways to counter that. So the best way to counter that is to be a higher level, so we were more likely to 1 or 2 shot and take less damage back from her. So we beat the Dojo. We're going to go face Erica in her gym. We should have a complete sweep of this gym with no problems at all, because we are flying type, it is grass type, they're weak to us. We've already got 2 Pokemon out of the way, I haven't even been able to comment on it, and Vileplume goes down. That's the 3rd Pokemon. Erica is defeated. We move right on from Erica, and we should be moving right on to Giovanni. Giovanni is going to go ahead and bring out some rock Pokemon, so this is where we might want some other things. However, we did pick up Tri-Attack. Tri-Attack isn't the greatest move in the world, but it is pretty good against rock type. So there's a 3-hit knockout on the Onix, and now we're going to knock out the Rhyhorn in 2 shots, and now we're back to Kangaskhan, where we can use pretty much any of our other 2 moves, and it'll 2-shot him. Very good, beat Kangaskhan, beat Giovanni, move right on to our 5th rival battle, the one in Pokemon Tower, and he's going to come out with Pidgeot. Pidgeot should be a 1-shot, as long as we go for Body Slam, we'll Tri-Attack, either one. Knockout, very good. And then the next Pokemon is Growlithe. We're going to go for Body Slam on the Growlithe, that's a knockout. Execute. Drill Peck will knock out, very good. Kadabra comes out, Drill Peck knockout, very good. And last Pokemon War Turtle, is it a 1-shot? It is a 1-shot. So we clean sweep 5th rival battle. I'm going to move right on to Koga's gym. Now in Koga's gym, we don't have a great advantage here, but we also don't have a huge disadvantage here. So it's kind of very neutral. It just comes down to raw power, in my opinion. So Drill Peck is a 1-shot on the Coughing. Critical hit, don't know if it mattered. But now we get our Drill Peck disabled, so we don't have to use that. Body Slam on the Coughing, it's a 2-shot, not a big deal. We have a lot of health going into the Wheezing, so I'm going to execute the same strategy I had earlier, and I was going to go for Growl to lower his attack stat, so if it explodes, it doesn't do that much damage. We paralyze it so it can't explode anyway, get a first try victory over Koga, and now we're going to move right on to, I believe we're going to move right on to Blaine. Now Blaine is the Fire Gym leader. Again, no disadvantage, no advantage here, so we're going to just take him on straight up. Body Slam is a 1-shot on the Growlithe, very good. 1-shot on the Ponyta, very good. Rapidash is a 2-shot, get it paralyzed, it tail whips us, so it actually boosts our attack stat. And so now we're able to 2-shot the Arcanine. Very easy win over Blaine. He's kind of a pushover in this game. Pokemon Yellow is a little bit different, but Pokemon Blue is kind of a pushover. And we move right on to our 6th rival battle in Silphco. The 6th rival is going to come out with Pidgeot. We're going to go for Tri-Attack on the Pidgeot. It's going to go for a 1-shot, very good. Don't critical hit, don't know if it mattered. But we get a critical hit nonetheless, but knock out the Growlithe in 1 Body Slam. Drill Peck on the Execute, very good. And now we're going to move right on to Alakazam. 1 hit from Body Slam will knock it out. Now leaves 1 Pokemon left, which is Blastoise. And we go for Tri-Attack, which is 2-hit. Yeah, 2-hot. We got a 2-hot on that. Yeah, we got a 2-hot on that, mate. Nah, it's a 2-hit, and I'm sorry for my horrible accent. I don't even know what country that's from. But we're going to move on to Giovanni number 2. We don't have great moves for Giovanni number 2 because he's got some rock type and ground type or whatever, and we're flying type. However, Body Slam seemed to 1-shot the first 2 Pokemon, and a combination of Body Slam and Tri-Attack gets the Rhyhorn knocked out. And now Nidoqueen's the last Pokemon, Body Slam the 2-shot, get the win, get the knockout over Giovanni number 2, and then move right on to Sabrina. Sabrina and her Whip. Psychic Pokemon are very frail against physical attacking Pokemon like Dodrio. Body Slam's a 1-shot on the Kadabra, 1-shot on Mr. Mime. Drill Peck is a 1-shot on the Venomoth. Do we 1-shot the Alakazam? We do 1-shot the Alakazam. So we full sweep of Sabrina and her Whip. Getting pretty easy win over here. And I'm going to move right on to Giovanni. Now this is actually a difficult battle. Giovanni, we don't have anything great for Giovanni. Drill Peck, the first Pokemon's a Rhyhorn. We had nothing that takes him out pretty easy. Nothing at all. There's no move here that Makes this easy. We do have Mimic, so we're going to try a strategy where we use Horn Drill. We do outspeed, we are higher level. However, it's just a very inaccurate move, and it's going to give us so many fits. It's a very inaccurate move. What we need to do is just go for broke with like Drill Peck and Body Slam, maybe get a paralysis, and then on the next Pokemon we will mimic a move. So I don't know what's going on here. This should just reset. This is going way too long, so we should just reset. And we're going to go for Drill Peck if nothing's happening. So we get knocked out by the first Pokemon. I don't think I've ever been knocked out by that Rhyhorn except for the Ditto playthrough. So Growl, Growl, and Growl. So now he's not going to do any damage to us, and we should just move on and go for Drill Peck now. Drill Peck will do decent. Looks like it's doing about just under a third, maybe 3 hits will knock it out very good. And now we're going to mimic a move from the Dodrio. We're going to mimic Dig. And all we do is hit the Dugtrio. There we go. Not the Dodrio. It's a Dugtrio. There we go. So now we finally get agility. And that's good because now we can do the badge boost a little bit. And we should finish out this battle pretty strong. Maybe do the badge boost one more time. That would have been a 1-shot, not a 2. But Drill Peck on the Nidoking, get 1 more hit. Very good. And now there's 1 Pokemon left with it is Rhydon. So Rhydon. And we're going to go for agility. Agility. Go boosting our stats. I don't know why Dig's not available. I think the system was glitching here. Because I think I was trying to win this battle without having to restart. I should have Dig. And I don't know why. I think it's because I leveled up. I think that's what it was. I leveled up middle of battle, so that got rid of Dig. I don't know why that happened. But it reverted back to Mimic. So it didn't give me... So I might have to actually leave here and get a level or give myself a rare candy or something. So I think that's what happened. Is when I leveled up, Mimic reverted back to Mimic rather than staying at Dig. So let's see if it does it again. Okay, we learned Dig. Not a problem. Body or Dig. Knock it out. Very good. Level up. And now is it going to revert back? Maybe it's because I taught a move. I don't know. Yep. Okay. I don't know what it did. That's a glitch in the game. You're watching the same glitch I'm doing. So if you level up while you have Mimic and you add them and it adds a move, it resets Mimic back to just being Mimic and not the move that you changed it to earlier in the battle. So that's something we all learned together today. I did not know that was a thing, but it's a thing apparently. It is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and knock out the Rhydon here. He's paralyzed. We just got to get like a couple more attacks off. Get the win. It's a very atrocious battle is what I will describe that as. Not a great option for us. And I think that's going to be a precursor for all the flying types. That we don't have a great option there. The only one I think is going to do okay is Farfetch'd because it has Swords Dance. But now we're going to go for our 7th rival battle before the Elite Four. Knock out the Pidgeot in one go. Very good. We level up in the middle of battle, which is fine because we got to face Rhyhorn anyway. And we're going to go for agility. 2, 3, and 1 more. Nope. Okay. We're going to go for Drill Peck. Drill Peck will do a decent amount. It looks like it's doing just about 40%. And 1 more hit should knock it out, and we should be able to sweep the rest of this team pretty easily. Growlithe comes out. We're going to go for Drill Peck. Very good. Execute comes out. We'll go for Drill Peck. Very good. That leaves us with 2 Pokemon left. We're going to go for Body Slam. Very good. And now Blastoise is out. And Blastoise doesn't have anything great for us. Hydro Pump does one-shot us, though. My God. I just want to get through these simple battles. But we're going to go for Drill Peck again. We're going to level up no battle, so we've already anticipated that. So once we level up, we're going to go ahead and go for Agility. Oh, actually, we're going to Mimic. Okay, we're going to mimic Horn Drill. That's the strategy we're going with. Okay. We didn't mimic a move last time, so maybe this is just something I thought would be a great way to get an extra win. Now he's actually badge boosted some more, so we're going to do a little bit more damage with our moves. Very good. We just can't take a hit. We just can't take any physical hits. Body Slam one-shots to Growlithe. Drill Peck one-shots to Execute. We have a Alakazam coming out. Body Slam, very good. And so that leaves Blastoise. Blastoise will go down to 2 Body Slams. He gets paralyzed, so he can't even attack us back. So we get the pretty easy win and move right on to the Elite Four. Now that we're in the Elite Four, we're going to go ahead and take a quick pause once we get all the stats loaded up and go over some things for this Pokemon. First off, we're at 54 minutes, 58 seconds, so not a bad time. We're poised to potentially get a sub 1 hour run with a flying type Pokemon Generation 1, which is pretty good. We have 4 resets. I had some blunders against some of our rival battles for the most part. And then let's go ahead and look at the stats. Attack stat is 199, defense is 146, speed is 185, and special is 133. In the bottom left corner is our stats modified with the corresponding badge boost. And let's go ahead and look at our Drill Peck. Body Slam, Mimic, and Agility. The only thing we might upgrade is we might add Rest and we might add Double Edge. Those are the only 2 moves we can add to this Pokemon. Nothing else really has any utility, especially in the Elite Four. So let's go ahead and dive into this first battle, which is the one I was most concerned about when I played through, which is Lorelei. Lorelei is the Ice Specialist of the Elite Four, and she's going to lead out with a Dugong Gong Gong. Now, if he goes for Roar Beam, look how much damage that did. As a third of our damage, we are 10 levels higher. So, yeah, I was concerned about that. However, we do get the first 2 Pokemon knocked out. Slowbro doesn't really have anything great. If it had like Psychic or something, I'd be concerned, but it only has Water Gun really. It is going to lower our attack stat because it's a little bum. It's a little you know what. But we're going to go ahead and Agility is going to up our speed, but it's also going to up our attack stat as well because of the Badge Boost glitch. Go for Drill Peck on the Slowbro. It's 1 and maybe a 2-shot if we get the second one. Come on, there we go. Nope, not a 2-shot, but we get close. It goes for Growl again, so now our physical attack stat has been lowered. And it's not fun, but we get some critical hits that ignore the stat buffs and go ahead and knock it out. We move right on from Lorelei to Bruno. We don't talk about Bruno very much, it's kind of horrible. However, Bruno is going to come out with an Onix. Now, this is the hardest Pokemon to deal with when it comes to him because we don't have a great move for Onix. It's going to take about a 3 to 4 hit knockout. A critical hit definitely helped there, so that's going to be useful. It would have been at least a 4 hit if not. So now we're going to go ahead and go for Mimic on the Hitmonchan. We're Mimic Ice Punch, so that the second Onix is a lot easier. Body Slam, very good on the Hitmonchan. We're going to go for Agility 1, Agility 2, and we don't want to go for another one because we're getting dangerously close to being knocked out. Onix comes out, Ice Punch on the Onix, very good. And the last Pokemon, Machamp. Machamp will go down to 1 Drill Peck. Very good, beat the Elite Four, beat Bruno. And, I'm sorry, didn't beat the Elite Four yet. We're beating the Elite Four, we beat Bruno, and move right on to Agatha. Agatha is one of the ones I was most worried about because she has the ability to put you to sleep, she has the ability to confuse you, poison you, paralyze you, all those things. So we Mimic Hypnosis. And with Hypnosis, we put it to sleep, and we're able to get a full setup on the Gengar. And then we're going to go for Drill Peck on the Gengar. Should be a 1-shot, very good. Now Golbat comes out, we'll go for Body Slam, very good. Haunter comes out, Drill Peck comes out, or we use Drill Peck, very good. And then Drill Peck for Arbok. They knock it out, and then Gengar goes down to 1 Drill Peck as well. So we beat Agatha pretty convincingly, and move right on to Lance, the Dragon Trainer. He's not so much a liar in this one, he just doesn't have a lot of Dragon Pokemon. And he's going to lead out with a Gyarados. Gyarados will go down to a couple things. He'll go for Agility to boost our attack stat. It hits us with a Hyper Beam and a Hydro Pump, so we knock it out with Body Slam. Next Pokemon comes out, we're going to go for Drill Peck on, and that's a 1-shot on the Dragonair. The second Dragonair should also be a 1-shot. Aerodactyl comes out, we're going to go for Drill Peck on the Aerodactyl. It's a 2-hit knockout. It is a little bit resisted. And then you have Dragonite come out, we'll go for Drill Peck on the Dragonite, very good. Get the knockout, get the win over Lance, and move right on to our rival at 1 hour just passed. So we're not going to get a sub 1 hour run. We probably could if we played through again. But we're going to go and face our final rival battle. He's going to come out with a Pidgeot. We're going to go for Agility, get our stats boosted. He's going to mimic that, or mirror the move, whatever that is. So he's copied us, and we knock it out anyway. Very good. Alakazam comes out. Mimic. We're going to Mimic Recover. Okay, we're going to Mimic Recover. It goes for a Reflect. Now, in this generation, Reflect doesn't protect the whole team. It just protects the one Pokemon that initiates Reflect. So Drill Peck looks like it's going to be about 2-shot. And what I should be doing is just wait for those Tail Whips. But I get 1. I'll take it. It's better than nothing. Double Edge on the Arcanine. We're going to go for Executor. It's going to be a Drill Peck. Very good. That leaves us with 1 Pokemon left, which is Blastoise. And we get a Drill Peck. It's not a 1-shot. Now, this could have been bad. It could have froze me, but he didn't. So we get the win over Aussie, over our rival. We become the champion, and Oak's about to make it official as we go in. Come on, clicking as fast as I possibly can. Dodrio at level 71, and we get the game beat at 1 hour and 52 seconds. Pretty fast, decently fast time for a flying normal type in Generation 1. You're not going to see a lot of them that are this low. So let's go ahead and look at our tier list and see where it is. Now, I modified the tier list. If you've seen it last time you've seen it, it only had a couple categories. I've added 2 because I've seen that some Pokemon are just going to be bad. And eventually I do want to make it so it's a little more specific, but it's just going to jumbled up. So, where does Dodrio fall on this list? Well, he's just over an hour, so he falls into the D tier. Under 65 minutes. That's why I decided to put him in. And so let's go ahead and put him where he belongs, and we'll move everyone down a little bit. So now as it shapes up, the first flying type Pokemon lands right in the middle of the path. And it's, honestly, like I said, I think this is the one that's going to win the battle. So this might be pretty bleak for the flying type normal types in Generation 1. But that's why we do the playthroughs to find out. As I said, make sure you like, share, subscribe, comment down below. You get videos like this all the time. Let me just think about the video. Who do you think is actually going to win this challenge? Like I said, my money's on Dodrio. I think Farfetch is an outside chance of winning with some luck. Fearow will not, because it doesn't have access to a good physical normal move. It only has the flying move. And Pidgeot is this kind of hot garbage, and you'll see that when we do the playthrough. But let me just think in the comment section down below. Appreciate you staying this long. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe. And there's a video coming out Friday. It's about a playthrough of Pokemon Crystal using Xatu. It's a good playthrough. I really enjoyed playing it, so I hope you enjoy watching it. Have a good one. I'll see you guys next time.